To hop on, just finished Think Then about 20 minutes ago when we spent a good bit of our session time talking about, and we have this week, talking about challenging thoughts and challenging sabotaging thoughts and this idea of how people actually end up going off program, end up going back to old behaviors, end up eating things that aren't part of their weight loss journey or will sabotage their goals. And one thing I've been observing here recently, and I just kind of talked to the team about, was that I noticed that with people who completed the slim downs, done our nutrition programs in the past, once you've stepped away from the FRL Diva Slim Down, a lot of times what will happen is there's a weight regaining that will occur. And I'm seeing, significant weight losses, and then seeing people significantly regain their weight. And so this is more of a Facebook Live that I hope people will check out and see later on, even today, because I know it's an awkward time for people to hop on sometimes, where I'm concerned about the fact that sometimes our divas are waiting until it gets pretty out of control and away from them, the weight gain, before they reach back out. And I want to encourage you to, if you stepped away from the slim downs, if you stepped away from even the studio, to really take stock of where you are, and have you allowed yourself to get pretty far away from the protocols that helped you to lose the weight in the first place? Are you just not checked into what you were doing when you were on like our slim downs or when you were participating in programs? And how far away did you let your weight get? So a couple of thoughts, right? The beauty of the FRL Diva Slim Down isn't really the guide. What we run into sometimes is people will say, well, I have the nutrition program, I know what to do. What I want to say from one diva to the next is that with the internet and the power of Google, everybody knows what to do. So this isn't ever about, that's like the lie, that's the sabotaging thought. And it's never about knowing what to do. You don't need my program to know what to do, right? There's all kinds of books and programs out there. It's doing it. The hard part is doing it. And so what is beautiful about something like that for Diva Slim Down, or anything you do, you don't even have to do our program, is the accountability. So the group provides you accountability. The other women and sometimes men participating in the program model for you how to do this. You feel like you're part of a culture. You feel like there's like this group think around doing this. I think the problem is oftentimes what you tell yourself is, okay, well, this is for a short period of time. And this is one of the things we tackle and Think Then is, if it's a diet mentality, it will be a diet. If you stop doing what you were doing to be successful at the end of whatever time frame you've given yourself, then you're done. You stopped. And you're now looking at not being able to maintain that weight. And so it's got to be this perspective shift where it becomes more of a lifestyle perspective, and it's not about kind of a one-off and I'm going to do it for this many days, because the moment that occurs, you find yourself slipping back into old behaviors. Okay, so I really want to encourage you to look bigger picture when you you embark on a new program. If you decide to revisit doing the slim downs, you want to look at this bigger picture than just this short time frame. The other thing you want to keep in mind is you need accountability to lose the weight. You need accountability to maintain the weight loss, especially if you have a long history of being a dieter. You need to learn the techniques to challenge the thoughts that got you to be overweight in the first place, because it's not the abundance of food that makes people overweight. It's the other things. It's what they tell themselves about the food, or it's what their body is forcing them to crave that sabotages the results. So you want to understand that and learn what it is you need to learn to maintain the weight loss, okay? Other thing, I want you to set for yourself a cap. So it ain't okay to keep gaining weight after, like that first 5 to 7 pounds. And so once you see that your weight is starting to go up by about 5 to 7 pounds, that is a big red flag. And that's a think thin tip. Something that we'll go over. There are constructs. There's ways to successfully lose weight and ways to think about losing weight. So when you see yourself hit that 5 to 7 pounds, that's your emergency sign that you need to check in. Hey there, you need to check in, and you need to get more accountability. You need to get people more involved in your process. That's not something that you allow to continue to happen, because the more that keeps going, the easier it gets to keep gaining weight. And then you've waited until it's 30, 50, 60 pounds of weight regained. So to recap, it's never about the program. Okay, so it's not that it's any particular program that's going to make you successful. It's about accountability. That's what we do with our programs. We have a high level of accountability, and that's why people are successful. It's the constant posting. It's the constant modeling from other people. So when you step away, you've got to do two things. Recapping here, you've got to find a way to stay accountable, and you've got to continue to follow the program that got you your weight loss. You can't get brand new. You can't get brand new during maintenance, or you will not be able to maintain the weight. Okay? Then you have to have a cap on the amount of weight that you're allowing yourself to gain. If you don't have a cap on, okay, well, where's my wiggle room, then it will slip away from you. And every time you try to lose weight, it makes it harder to lose weight, right? So you don't want to find yourself back in that situation. Just wanted to hop on. We were talking about challenging thoughts this morning and Think Then. And I put a post up earlier. I would love to hear from you. Please, answer the question that I put up probably about an hour or so ago, asking what your biggest challenge is, because I'm really curious about what I'm observing with some of these relapses so far as weight goes. And I'd love to hear from our Diva community. Okay? All right. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And hey there. All right. I will get going. You stay fierce, fabulous, and fit for life. And I will see you soon.